such a good tune. You must recover all the energy, MaGMML. You must recover the energy immediately, MaGMML. I have a really hard time doing that voice. Liddy does it perfectly. Thank you for joining me today, Maury. Okay, so we have 22 points. Ah, okay, so I finished this too. Cool. And I'm at the dining table. That's right. Right up in here. There we go. Hopping high above danger. Cool. Oh, it's mines. Okay. Oh, great, a skip teleporter. I just noticed this. By the way, I found out I missed something in Etherville's level. I missed the secret room in Etherville's level. Well, that was mostly my fault. Well, I don't like that. I don't like that jump. I hate that! Ugh. Spikes are the worst. I did it. Oh, cool. It hasn't ended. Those landmines are peculiar with Mega Man. Whether they go off immediately or after a moment is up to chance, but it looks like they'll always flash more rapidly when close to detonation. Pay close attention as you proceed. Awesome. No! Help me! Help me, Beat! Thank you, Beat! Buggos, yeah, grasshoppers. Lots of buggos. Yeah, the acid ring is very, very useful, and I wish there had been I really wish there had been a checkpoint there. No, God, why? F indeed. Love you too. God! Ugh. This level isn't particularly hard, but the amount of damage I take from everything is garbage. I did it. Thanks, Eddie. I'm detecting a significant reading from the room ahead. However, it doesn't seem to be very strong. That can't be right. There may be a trap in there. Be careful. Wow, great work getting this far. Here's a tip. Crickets like me will continue to support you in different rooms if you can stay on our backs. Try it with my friend up ahead. If you succeed, you might get something good. No! This level goes on too long. That's how you do it. Ooh. That was a close jump. I don't like these close jumps whatsoever! No! Beat, please! Whoa! This level just does not end. Huh? Did you make it all the way here? That's amazing. Say, you look pretty strong. Could you please help my friend out? She went ahead to confront our explosives obsessed boss. With your help, I bet he might finally calm down for a change. I love that. Oh boy, this level is kind of weird. The main thing is that the first half of the level is really good. You take the crickets, which I honestly find annoying as a gimmick, and make them really fun. Mixing them with the landmines makes for some really good sections. It starts out so fun and refreshing and energetic. That is, until you hit the outside section. There you start to see how the crickets can be bad. It's the first time where it becomes a challenge of, what am I supposed to be doing here? The one cricket where you jump between to the second one is the first time it feels really unclear. Then the room before the mini-boss is just, what? I have zero idea what the intended solution is, and I got it by having two crickets climb vertically on top of each other. This room made me realize how weird it is to have too many crickets interacting at once. Then you have a longish mid-boss, which on its own isn't bad, but putting it before a lengthy and challenging section is just not a good idea. Then the next section continues the trend of being vague. For example, since you used the cricket from earlier to transition to the next screen, I assumed you had to take it down with you from the mid-boss room. When you take it down, it gets in the way of the next cricket, and it can very quickly yeet you into the spikes on the ceiling. You had a clear way these rooms should work, but they can be done in other ways, which makes them all the more confusing. I don't want to call this level terrible because there are really neat ideas mixed in with some genuinely bad rooms. This can be fixed, but I embraced most of the second half and reused some of those ideas with better planning. It's also weird since the first half is so forgiving and fun, whereas the second half is really hard and confusing. I didn't mind it that much. It was kind of frustrating and really sweat drop, but not that bad. The crickets just don't work for this precision platforming. That's the big problem this level has. Especially that one climb before you meet the first cricket NPC, it's just, no. The drop section was better, although I would have liked to see more of the carrying over a cricket from the previous room stuff. Hoo boy, you want to know how much I hate crickets? There's a room in the middle of this level where the walls are made out of spikes and the only non-fatal terrain is a set of landmines. This was my favorite part of the level because it was the screen with the fewest crickets. Why did everyone who got the Brightman grasshopper in their box decide that they needed to stick them on top of endless floors of death spikes? By the standards of endless rows of crickets bounce around spiked wallman's innards. Levels, this isn't even especially egregious, and I still didn't like it. The crickets aren't the only problem here either. Golens and Crazy Raisies are used more or less interchangeably as turrets in horizontal hallways, and it feels like luck whether you dodge them. There's probably not enough checkpoints given how much death abounds. Okay, I did like the screens at the very end where the crickets leap past the wall of bullets. That's a glorified cutscene. It was also kind of cute that you could ride the cricket as the victory fanfare played. I agree. But at its core, I really didn't care for this one. P.S. If you're wondering why the functionality score is so low, a lot of the rooms in this level let you jump above the screen, skipping challenges entirely. But maybe I should give the level points for giving the option of hopping high above danger. Awesome. I think it's important to try and stay positive even if I sound like a grump half the time. But you, my friend, have given me a vendetta against crickets. Instant death up the wazoo, weird stretched out landmines that didn't add much, a level for too long for its own good, and lovely checkpoints before a mini-boss in rooms where it's oh so easy to die. Your biggest mistake was relying on the crickets in such a tight space with spikes everywhere. It's just not going to work. It's not what those bugs were ever meant to do, and the level suffers terribly for it. I wasn't too frustrated with it. Yeah, pretty widespread of the scores. Sheldon Yolkswagen, Eggerich. You get down from that table right this instant. Awesome. Forest Castle. Oh, cool, another skip teleporter level. What do we have in store for us this time? Nothing to the left. Oh no, not these enemies. I hate shield enemies. Where are the chompers? That was very fast. That was weird. Can't wait until I have to do those platforms over pits of instant death. That's sarcasm, by the way. Yep, I'm gonna have to do this over instant death eventually. I'm just gonna let you go on and do your own thing. There's gotta be a way through there, right? I hate how those things are invincible for a second. That wasn't too bad so far. Ah, I see. What? Why are these enemies so invincible? No! Oh, I'm already disliking this part of the level. No! No! Oh. Wish I had a Sakugane. I really wish I had the Sakugane for this. Why is this so hard? I want that. No, no! Why is this long stretch here? put that there? I don't understand why you put that platform there. This level is an absolute pain in my ass. I hope it ends after this room. Oh, cool, I don't have acid rain. Thanks, game developer. Ooh, that sounds delicious, Pori. Take pictures of them when you get them. Yep, I scrolled away and the thing respawned just as I knew it would. Meanwhile... Once again, I returned from another simple mission. Heh, you sure took your sweet time, didn't ya? My apologies, boss. I didn't mean to hold you up. Please don't scold me again. Here's the data you asked for. Yes, everything seems to check out. I didn't want us to be cutting it so close, but as long as the job gets done. Call everyone here. The ship will be over us any minute now. No need, sir. We're all right here. Awesome. Okay, that's everybody. Alright, you lot, you all know what our objective is, correct? Objective number 1, lure Megman out, and then crush him. If that fails, objective number 2, get as much cash as we can and bail. Are you all ready to go? I'm totally pumped, boss! I just finished lifting 500 quantum kilogram weights. Whoa! Say what as a programmer, Pori. And cool, I'm glad to hear it. Of course, this will be a simple and clean job. Absolutely 102.54% certain with only a 2.5% margin of error, boss. Oh geez, I need more time to mentally prepare myself, can we? So everyone's ready. Good. Let's get on with the show then. We're just barely on schedule. Blocky, pull the lever now! I didn't know that, Pori. That's actually really good to know. Why am I out here? I didn't want to be out here. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. The ship is not sinking. There seems to be some form of interference blocking our movement, but please remain calm. We'll bzz, bzz. Huh? We're being hijacked. Bzz. Hello people of the SSL right. How are you all enjoying your vacation? Well, what is this? You should thank me and my crew. We just indefinitely prolonged your stay here for free. Quiet, you horrible lot. I have microphones on the chip, you know? You may call me Don Atatimino. Atatimino? Everybody on aboard this ship is now my hostage. Don't worry, I won't harm anyone. But until I see a total of 300 billion zenny delivered to our Swiss bank account, this ship ain't moving. It's the Carnival Poop Cruise. I've got strong subordinates here, and I've cut off all external phone lines. You can't call for help. You don't even know where our underwater hideout is. Don't think you can fight us, or you'll regret it. Your only hope is that blue kid Megman. I know he's somewhere on board. You all have to put your hopes in him. And when you see him, fail. There, your party host, Don Atatimino, signing out. What a peculiar predicament. That so-called birthday planner, if only I'd noticed sooner. How dare those creeps mess up my vacation! Oh, what do we do? What do we do? We don't even know where their hideout is. They must be chaining this ship to something for it to stop like this. Well, Otto, try scanning the area directly below us. Good thing you have a copy of your computers in here, Doc. Huh? So there's a giant fortress right under us. Oh my. That looks like a repurposed military base, and it's quite a ferocious defense system. You could use Rush to reach it, but to get past those defenses, I need to spend some time upgrading them. And I don't have the necessary materials with me. Oh dear. What if... Can't you just make digital materials like your digital jacuzzi? Roll, don't bring the jacuzzi up at a time like this. Dr. Light, Roll, calm down. I've got an idea. We don't need Rush. This cruise ship is full of simulations, right? And a ton of simulations means a ton of energy elements. Remember the reality core incident? I entrusted my hope into the energy elements, and they helped me out in return. They turned into a powerful hoverbike that moved super fast. That should be enough to punch through those defenses. It's a risky gamble. You're putting your hopes on a vague miracle? We have no other choice. We have to try it at the very least. We'll bet it all on a miracle. Those energy elements are our last hope. For the sake of all the people on this cruise ship and their bloods, we must believe. We must certainly believe that the energy elements will help us. Rush, Pete, let's go! We have simulations to go through and gangsters to fight. I really hope this works, so it's disappointing to me, so let's bring it back in hindsight. First this stupid room extension thing, now some goons taking over the ship. You better make those idiots pay for this. It's a shame that our dedication had turned out late to this. Good luck with MaGMML. I don't have a lot of bolts. Megatron. Why do all these have skip teleporters? Oh, that reminds me. Has anyone else noticed that I am not food? I'm a robot that just looks like a crab, yet my name is right here on the menu. Filthy cannibals. Hey, Megman, are you enjoying the simulation so far? That's great. Everyone worked really hard, and I think it's fascinating to see what people came up with in such a short time. Yeah, I have to do this first. I'm really mixed on this level. It definitely has its fair share of issues, but it's not all bad. Number one, this level is too long, and it's not that it just has too many screens, but it also really lacks flow between them. It just sort of drags from area to area, and it really doesn't feel like a progression, and the graphics play into this. Like, yeah, you do start outside and enter a base, but then there are outside sections and it just feels messy. It feels like things just happen as opposed to things happening for a reason. Well, that's a problem. About half the enemies in the level are also just avoidable. For the first few sections, it's flat out easier to just not fight them. Just walk past them and they won't bother you. I did like using the oversized version of enemies for certain challenges. And there are a number of individual screens that I really like, notably the one with the plant on the swinging platform with you. Also, the fact that the level feels like it's ending at multiple checkpoints just feels wrong. Multiple areas are just too instant death and get tedious. The level isn't awful, it's just lacking, has no real difficulty curve. You can take aspects of this level and restructure and make something way better. Am I looking at the right level? Yes, I am. When it started, it didn't seem like much, but as it went on, I started to enjoy it more and more. Swinging across long sections with the platforms was fun, even if fighting enemies on those platforms was a hassle at times, because I always despawned them. Having to do a side path to get the keys to progress was a nice way to make the level longer, and I thought it was funny to see some enemies made larger to pose a different kind of challenge. The big flowers especially threw me for a loop. The boss, though, is a huge letdown. I know you're supposed to fight it on the swinging platform, but you can just hang out on the right and snipe it. It's definitely the weakest part of the level. You know what's worse than a level that just kinda exists? A level that just kinda exists forever. No, seriously, why is this level as long as it is? There's an uninterrupted horizontal stretch in this level that's, by my rough estimate, at least 24 screens long. By the time you hit a screen transition, you will have traveled a further distance than any stage in any of the NES Mega Man titles. And this isn't even a halfway point of the level. and it's not like there's any sense of progression or objective or sense that you're getting close to the finish. Eventually, after what feels like an eternity, it just ends. And what do I remember from this level when it does end? A passworder fight from hell. Killing the same enemies a dozen times because the dual-man platform I'm on keeps swinging me far enough left that an enemy respawns. Enemies that are stretched out Mario 3 Giant Kingdom style for some reason. Some thoroughly pointless backtracking segments using keys. A bizarre final boss that I could beat without moving, and a bunch of other stuff. It's just, why? There are some screens in this level that are pretty good, but when you have 2 or 3 good rooms in a level that's 4 times the length of your average Robot Master stage, it's just pointless. This level felt much like its tiles, completely all over the place. While it manages to keep using all of the box elements it was given, it often feels like there's little rhyme or reason to what's going on. So many of the rooms feel like it can be easily ignored in the first half, and I always don't understand the point of getting a key when the game is going to drop you back off at the door anyway. We could have just gone straight the whole time? Perhaps it's to save on space by having the level wrap underneath the beginning. And it didn't take long for the level to overstay its welcome. After the long swing section, where it's honestly a little hard to tell what's solid and what's not. One would think the green pillars under the platforms are walls, but no, just background. I was convinced that the level was going to end there, but there was about half a level to go. Usually with enemies thrown to the wall with no real care, a very short section where you had an idea for a big enemies, not a bad idea on its own, but it's strange to show up for 3 screens then never again, and some tedious mini-bosses. Going back to the long swing section, I think there's a reason why in Mega Man 9 there's often not a ton of enemies when you go over a stretch of swings, pretty much before the Jewel Man mini-boss, and it's because the very act of building momentum causes the enemies to respawn constantly, and boy does it make the section incredibly annoying because you can't really deal with the enemies at all until you're making the jump. If you tried to do it before, they'll just come back, which is mighty unfortunate. I'm also not sure if you realize the boss fight can be very easily beaten by not stepping a foot on the swing. Overall, this level really needed some sitting down and focusing. Looking at one specific aspect of this and focusing down on more specific challenges related to that aspect, while cutting things down in half would have done wonders rather than this little bit of everything buffet we have right now. Let me take a drink of this soda. That's better. Okay, let's do it. Another skip teleporter, thing. Oh, I don't have any weapons in this. Awesome. They might be from the original Metroid, yeah. Well, at least the spikes don't kill me instantly. I can appreciate that. No, I want up! I want up! Let me up! That's probably why the game is called, like, the level is called, like, Metroid something or other. It would make sense. Also, these look like brain enemies. Yeah, I think a lot of people probably prefer Super Metroid over the original. Why you put this here. This is not enemy placement. Makes sense. It's a really good game. It's basically what coined the term Metroidvania in a way. I would really appreciate some more clues about where I'm supposed to go. Why are there so many bullet hell enemies here? There's bullet hell! Okay, so I am collecting things. Ooh, that was an accident. Didn't do that. So it is like a Metroidvania in here. Yeah, it is like a lot like Metroid. Makes sense why it was called Metroid and why it's using Metroid tile asset tiles. I really hate some of this enemy placement though. Fuck me. Get fucked. Oh, those are spikes, and they're instant kill spikes. Awesome. Why? Why would you not put a checkpoint sooner? I get why this has a skip teleporter now. No, why isn't it working? Why do I have to come back around? This is absolutely pain. Cool. So that's a thing you can do. Wow. All of a sudden, I kind of hate this level. Okay, apparently that's a thing you can do too. It would really be nice if they could do that, and it would be really nice if I could just get across this gap again. This gap is atrocious. Oh, this is such a bad section of the stage. What do you mean, why am I going left after I drop off the stage? Look, I'm supposed to get across here. I'm supposed to get across that gap. See, look. If I go this way, I'm just going the same way I came from. Yeah, it's because I don't want to go through this again. See? See, I'm just back here all over again. I have to get across this gap here. And I can't get across it. See? I'm trying to get across it. No, the wall guns aren't completely invincible. It's because I can't hit it with what I have. No, the regular buster works, but like, it's so hard to hit. Fuck me. Okay, so it's time to go through this again. Made it. Please give me a checkpoint. Give me a fucking checkpoint! Where's the checkpoint? I probably would have, yes. What in the 9 house? Wow. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, I got a checkpoint, thank God. But now there's just more of the level. It could be a legitimately fun level, yeah. It's already kind of fun, but it's also super frustrating at times. No! Why would you put that there? I hate that those instant death spikes are there. They scare the shit out of me. Ow. Checkpoint, please. That's obviously a rush jet section. Is that so quirky? Yeah, I don't like those rooms much either. They make me sweat hard. that emote. I made it. No! Help me! Stop it! No! At least I have unlimited. I'm going. Yep, I'm near the end. Okay, so those are dangerous. Okay, cool. Good to know. I love you too, Mr. Nice cycles. I will. Thank you. Yeah, it's very ambitious for 48 hours. Okay, so this is apparently a puzzle room. I don't appreciate the enormous amounts of bullets, the egregious amounts of bullets. This boss room's kind of garbage, I'm not gonna lie. I've got to push the right button followed by the left, and I think the right button again. Did it. No! No, there's no checkpoint! No! Kill me! Why isn't it working? No! No! I don't want to keep doing this boss battle over and over again. Death by cherry Kool-Aid, exactly. Essentially. No! Where's the platform? Oh, I don't like this level. Fucking kill me. Cat, just kill me. No! God! Holy shit! This level would be so frustrating if there was a checkpoint right before that one. Okay, I'll try to use Rush Coil. That's what happens when you use Rush Coil. Basically, this entire final section, it amounts to just plain skill. Nope, I'm not doing this anymore. I refuse. I've had enough. I wouldn't be so pissed if the checkpoint wasn't right before that vertical climbing section. Thank you, I appreciate that, Corey. Because I have been quite that pissed off in a long time. If this level isn't controversial, I'm gonna be shocked. Generally, this level isn't great. It has some concepts and rooms that I find wonderful, but the final product is frustrating. This entire level is very unclear, not in an open way where you have options and paths, but I'm sometimes just not sure what's the right way. One recurring instance of this is that pits are not clearly defined. Yep, this is not every pit, but several of them just have the background extended down to make it look like the stage continues. The smarter thing to do here is to make the background by the pit black so that the player clearly knows what is and isn't safe. Another instance is that in the Norfair section after you get rushed yet, it's very easy for you to jump back to the start of the section. I honestly just thought that's where you were supposed to go at first. I don't actually get why that isn't a pit, because if you die, you go to the checkpoint past the room you fall into, so it's not worth redoing stuff. But you may as well throw yourself into a pit and not continue from there. Yeah. Yikes, with a time frame this short, you shouldn't get this ambitious. I kind of liked it. I really liked it up until the very end. I can see where you're coming from, but the execution was severely lacking. The first part was alright, and Concrete Shot was actually used kind of nicely to advance. But after that, you get rushed, and don't use him for more than one thing. What a letdown. And then there's Mother Brain, and while looking impressive, the fight itself is very easy to cheese. What's annoying about it is that when you die on the next part, you gotta redo Mother Brain as well, and it drags after a bit. But now let's talk about the escape sequence. Just no. Not only is it way too tight for what it's worth, but it's just plain annoying, even when you get it right. And the fact that you gotta redo the boss every time just adds to the frustration. Thank you, PK Ouija. A long, difficult Metroidvania-style level with a wretched auto-score segment and 2 queue checkpoints. Where have I heard that before? Okay, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Those of you who have played MaGMML 2 may remember my entry to that contest, Sector Upsilon 6. And particularly, you may remember hating Sector Upsilon 6, because it was among the most unpopular entries in the contest. Megatroid, fairly or unfairly, is going to be judged in relation to my level, because you can copy-paste most of the criticisms and they'll apply perfectly to Megatroid. The particular sticky points here would be in order. 1. Checkpoints are sparse, especially when the over difficulty is so high and the level itself is so full of pits and spikes. 2. The auto-score segment is brutally difficult and insufficiently play-tested. 3. The background is an endless sea of black, which makes it impossible to tell when you're supposed to go down and when you're just jumping down a pit. So these flaws are pretty glaring. However, if you're willing to look past these flaws, the level itself is actually pretty good. And not in spite of being a Metroidvania, but because of it. The sense of progression here is really nice. There's something immensely satisfying about doing trick shots with Concrete Shot, or playing the opening stretch of level backwards with Rush Coil. And it's so cool that the difficulty curve ratchets up with each change in music and scenery. Other than the LECs, which feel arbitrary, the enemy placement is pretty good, and it's kind of fun going toe-to-toe with the Sniper Joe mechas throughout the level, something that I never thought I'd say. And man, what a clever way to duke it out with Mother Brain at the end there. There's some miscellaneous flaws that drag the level down beyond the ones I mentioned earlier, of course. In particular, I think a lot of screens in this level have too little solid ground next to screen transitions, and that it's kind of dumb that you're given unlimited ammo for Rush Coil and Jet, but not for Concrete Shot. But I mostly really like this level. I suspect I'll be in the minority on that though. So let's talk. The idea was to emulate a Metroid game, but the problem is the level kind of gave up on it partway through. Using Mega Man's many different mobility tools to make a short Metroidvania level is a very novel idea, and done right could prove a very fun and unique time, but it doesn't quite work out that way here. The first area has some backtracking through areas with new tools, such as Concrete Shot, which probably should have had unlimited uses because while I never ran out of ammo, I can see it easily happening to someone. Yeah, I almost ran out of ammo once. And Rush Coil. However, the second area is less of a maze and more get the glass tool so you can go left. I'm also going to say that when you make a level that winds around itself, please make sure it's impossible to reactivate an order checkpoint, because that happened, and let me tell you, that's not fun at all. It's just so strange that the Metroid level gives up on being a Metroid level as soon as the first area ends. The actual areas themselves really aren't anything special. Some spots are just fine, but others have little room to actually fight enemies. And since this is the Metroid level, you're pretty much only running Buster only. And other times you have top lifts that just push you around at different speeds and others for no good reason. That's not to say that all the challenges were bad. The first section was mostly good in that regard, but it just degraded as the level went on. The last area is something else though. There's something nice about reskinning the Astro Man and that base mini-boss into Mother Brain, but to be honest, I didn't realize what it was at first, because the 2 buttons you have to press are so far across the room that I didn't even realize there's a game of Simon Says going on. Oh, it's Simon Says! I see. Okay. I get it now. I guess you're supposed to press the buttons that Mother Brain is looking at, maybe? But let me just be upfront and say that the final escape is a nightmare. Agreed. I swear you created a section that just has everything out to get you. Lava is rising, but also the platforms are falling, but also surprise fans that I've had just randomly despawn in certain ones, and also enemies just meant to make the whole thing even more painful. I was only able to get it by praying to Rush Coil and hoping that half the fans would despawn on the way up. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's possible without it, but to be blunt, I just didn't have the patience by that point. The idea of emulating a Metroid game isn't a bad one. The idea of an escape sequence isn't a bad one. MaGMML 2 had a good escape sequence, which was really good. But call it time constraints or something else, it just couldn't find its footing here. Oh, I know what that is. I didn't know. The tiki. Hey, Pori, what makes you... Is there anything here that makes you think we're gonna run into some Tiki Torch mobsters? Tiki Torch lynch mobs? You know the ones I'm talking about. Oh. Okay. Okay, so these are instant death kills. Something, yes. Both paths suck. How did I clear that the first time? Oh, wow. Not a big fan of this level so far. In fact, I'm very not a big fan of this level so far. Oh, I don't like this level. The enemy spam, these things, the cheeky fires, all of this is just horrendous. At least there are liberal checkpoints, or rather, in our case, communist checkpoints. Okay. They're not my checkpoints, they're our checkpoints. So I gotta have patience with this. No. Run! No! It's not being level with the checkpoints anymore. Wow, I do not like how that kills you in one hit. Right. There we go. I'm not dealing with these. I hate these so much. No! Yeah, at least I can douse the torches, it's true. Oh, I don't like these things. Boy, I sure do love spikes. I like that. I'm sure that was exactly their thought process. You know, I'm thinking about Fate Tactics again. What a wonderful game that was. What a wonderful game Fate Tactics was. It may have been really hard sometimes, but what a wonderful game. Yeah, like I'm going through those things. Awesome. Yeah, gloriously spike-free game. I mean, yeah, technically it was spike-free, but there were other hazards too, like pitfalls and fire and water that would insta-kill you if you got thrown into them. This one is honestly really inoffensive, other than some stupid jumps. The box assets are used okay, but not super creatively. I like that you tried to use the tikis in different environments. That aspect of it was pretty nice. A few spots, one being underwater, are too dense and have too much going on at once. That could be fine-tuned, but it's not deal-breaking. The flames really just kind of feel like they are there. Once you realize you can extinguish them, half the challenge in the level is gone. Thank fucking God. I like the way the level looks, but the music just feels extremely unfitting to me. I can't explain why, but I really don't like the music choice. I'd go for something spacier, more of a lab-like theme. Maybe Gemini Man's theme, or Galaxy Man's, or even Gravity Man's. Stone Man's theme felt wrong. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one that much. For the sake of a Buster-only run, the fires were only acting as spikes, and even if you use weapons to extinguish them, it just makes the challenges too easy. Maybe you could have focused more on using Rain Flesh to traverse fiery rooms or something. Uh-oh, actually this level does do one thing right. I thought the scissors were used extremely well, both in concert with the tikis and during the vertical sections. I was less enthused with other parts of the level. Like, you did playtest this and realize that enemies die when they collide with the fire, right? Because sometimes that looks deliberate, as with the fires on the side of the tikis, thus declawing them. But on other screens, it's kind of comical watching enemies careen to their deaths. I suspect there's supposed to be some sort of pick-a-path motif running through the level. At the very beginning, for instance, you can travel along the tiki's heads or beneath them, and there are some other screens where you get two choices of which path to take. Wall through 3-tile high water segments or take the literal high road, etc. That's fine, but it's obscured by this level's scattershot approach to placing down obstacles where there are little fires burning everywhere, including underwater. That makes everything a lot more confusing than it really is. I don't know, there's a solid idea here, but the execution leaves a lot to be desired. A little bit of an odd level. While there were a handful of clever setups using the air tikis, the two right next to each other with a single spike of fear causing you to think just a little more carefully about shooting little guys, most of the level just sort of existed with a few exceptions. The enemy placement was completely pointless as the bullets would just destroy themselves. The scissors would oftentimes just be handled by doing nothing, thinking mostly on the ladder room where a ton of them come in at once. And some of the fish can do things, except half the time they're useless because the missiles shoot up, and you happen to be below them. Outside of that, at times there seemed to be little rhyme or reason for the spikes and fire placement. There were plenty of checkpoints everywhere, so it never really got annoying. It was just very odd to say the least. Okay. It's such a shame to see food go to waste. The family who just left barely touched their escargot kids meal. You can tell from the product code etched on its side that this robot was scheduled to be scrapped several months ago. It's good to know that this restaurant is ethically responsible and only serves expired food. Well, okay. Down the drain. 17 minutes late. Oh, cool. Skip teleporter. I wonder what this is gonna be like. Okay, that's fun. And there's a wind current. Oh, right, I see. Nope. Ah, I see. Okay, this is an interesting level. When's it all going to go into nightmare territory? God, I hate these sexy things. Oh! Shit. Wait for me! Okay, so I'm not going down there. Ah, I see. Fuck! Wow. This is an absolute pain in my ass. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna leave it on this awesome screen right here while I go to the bathroom. I'm glad you like that story. I'm back, by the way. So, let me just tell you a secret. If I had to pick a superpower that had nothing to do with who I am as a person, I would probably pick No Clip. Because No Clip is an awesome super ability. Let me just turn on the blue lights real quick. There we go. It's all blue everywhere. You're kind of on board until this happened. I was kind of on board until that happened too. This stage uses an older version of Vita's waterfalls that is softlock prone, due to the newer version not cooperating with fan themes. Due to the potential of softlocks, a skip teleporter has been added. Thank you. Just don't No Clip out of reality and end up in the back rooms? No guarantees. The giant train mets are so dorky, I love them. When I started this level, I saw the gimmicks and was frankly terrified. You greatly surpassed my expectations. I'm not a huge fan of either gimmicks, haha fan, get it, fan, haha, haha, but this level pulls them off really well. These gimmicks can make rooms a slog, but you made interesting enough rooms that felt good regardless of that. That doesn't mean some rooms don't feel slow and boring the third or fourth time you do them, but figuring them out was a real joy. I think an extra checkpoint would help this level a bit, otherwise the floating waterfalls don't look great, and it's sort of confusing trying to tell where the waterfalls will fall. Either way, solid and fun level, and I'm glad I played it. I wish I could like it more, but I just can't, really. The constant threat of instant death with the waterfall zooming ahead, coupled with the fact that the air dudes can catch you off guard if you want to make a jump. Yeah, there's a lot of frustrating things in here. So personally, this one goes down the drain for me. Ha 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 ha. While the title is pretty apt, part of me was tempted to give this level a 0 and everything, but that would be extremely unfair. The level looks fine, there certainly were genuine attempts to make unique challenges with these timed gimmicks. And besides, this isn't some zero-effort troll level, but my god did this level annoy the living daylights out of me. One problem here is that the Venus waterfalls are extremely glitchy. In a way, they just aren't with the other levels that use them. Sometimes they clip you through a screen instead of killing you. Sometimes they kill you when they should be harmless. Sometimes they get you stuck in the wall entirely and force you to press 2. Sometimes they even persist between screens and make it impossible to progress. They interact very strangely with ladders and bazooka, blocks and fanboys, and naturally at least 2 of these things will be on screen with them at any given time. But ultimately, my problem with this level is that it seems like it was not designed at all for players like me that play through the game Buster only. Early on in the level is a screen where you have to take out a berry on a narrow platform while a fanboy is blowing you away in order to get a proper vantage point to kill the fanboy so that you can jump further than 2 tiles and progress. Naturally, this is over bottomless pits and with waterfalls. I spent 15 minutes on this section before concluding that it was, if not literally, impossible, Buster only. So frustrating to do legit that it may as well be if you get through this section, you're greeted to a fun room where you are expected to do 3 short edge hops in a row, while a fanboy blows you left and a waterfall rages. What fun! Not. Naturally, the checkpoint is on the other side of this challenge. I guess some of these challenges are interesting. There's an interesting screen where you have to make the enemy's brain down from the screen above in order for Bokuzara to clear your path. And I suppose the section where you cannibal your way past the massive world waterfalls with the help of some fanboys is kind of cute. It would be cuter without the random spikes at the end, which is decidedly not cool. They were not enough to save this level though. Sometimes an important thing you need to ask yourself is you can do something, but should you? You can use a fan fiend to outrun a lot of Venus waterfalls with increasingly spooky spike jumps, but should it be in your level when your checkpoint is quite some time ago, and rooms that involve a lot of waiting for the blocks to be destroyed? Should you hide spikes and blocks that you need to destroy anyway? Should you drop the player in on a couple of trains that you're absolutely not avoiding because you're falling right into the pile? The answer to all these should probably be no, though the Fan Fiend one was a novel idea. I'll give you that. It just didn't feel great in execution, and while I appreciate the puzzlish elements on display, it was kind of marred by waiting for waterfalls rather than actual real puzzle solving. That and the waterfalls themselves sometimes did a terrible job at actually killing me, causing a few problems now and then. I can tell good ideas were at play here, but it couldn't really come together in the end. More or less agreed. I love that I can eat here without worrying about my dietary restrictions. You won't believe how hard it is to find a good restaurant with a banana-free menu. Deep Dark Temple. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm just an egg and life is a nightmare. This reminds me of an old emo song I used to like. It was submitted late? I didn't realize that. At least I don't think I did. Hold on. Maybe we just missed it? I don't know. Wow, that's frustrating. Oh, right, okay. Thank you for noticing that, Corey. Checkpoint? least I got a checkpoint there. Yeah, like hell I'm doing this. Why is this ladder open? That was unusual. Wow, this one single section is a nightmare. To be fair, I wasn't doing that section properly. Checkpoint, please. Okay, that enemy despawned. Oh, thank God for Beat. Beat, you're a lifesaver. Kill me. Kill me, it's checkpoint time. There we go. That went well. I never would have thought in my wildest dreams that when I was young and playing Mega Man games, that I would one day be playing games like this. The first half of this level is really weak. Like, it just feels like a worse Pharaoh Man. Then in the underwater part with the bubbles, you hit a stride. Mixing the air blowers and the bubbles is challenging, but you also managed to not make it stupid hard. I agree. It's weird that the needles stopped showing up. Overall, okay level. This is a bit clumsy. The bubbles are a bit useless during most sections they are in, and the fan fiends were used more as a gimmick. Okay, sure, no problem, Corey. Thanks for sticking around and thanks for watching, either way. But those are actually used kinda nicely, with having to defeat some to get the wind effect from others. The needles were more of an annoyance than anything, being placed weirdly with harder impossible ways to get through with no damage. It's odd. On a purely objective level, this is really good. You rolled some potentially awful gimmicks but didn't fall into the traps that come with them. The Wayman Bubble segments were snippy with no downtime, the fanboys weren't used in situations where the push and pull could frustrate you, the needle presses weren't spammed, etc, etc. And they were all used together in interesting and novel ways. So how come I didn't really enjoy this level? It just felt kinda generic, I guess. Just a bunch of obstacles in a flooded version of Pharaoh Man stage, with not much in the way of theming. I guess there were also a minor problem where a lot of the enemies felt hard to take on with an uncharged buster, sometimes because they're just below your line of fire, sometimes because, as with submarines, they float too high up and you have to kind of jiggle left and right to get a shot in a way that's not at all fun. if you're not sauteing them with flame mixer. Not my cup of tea. It's because it was function, I think. I find it very hard to talk about levels like this. It's fine. Its worst sin is that it's pretty ugly, and there's a lot of broken, unpolished tile work all over the place. But level design-wise, it's well and fine. Doesn't really do anything exciting and is incredibly average. That's not a bad thing. It just won't really end up sticking out in my mind at all. Using the fan fiend for the last jump was a hint at something, but it was just a romp through Pharaohman Town with some needles and water. Yeah, -4 functionality points. Right, I already talked to you. Ah, okay. Oh, I have 234. Hang on a second. Ah, okay. Look at this little thing. Hold it right there. The engine room is off limits to normal passengers. State your business. You and everyone else on this boat, but if you're the kind of abnormal that doesn't put the machinery at risk, go on in. I'm glad you like it too. I was hoping there was a Mega Pony custom skin, but this is the best I could do. Pori, if you want to make a Mega Pony skin for this game, I'd be more than willing to help you with that. And then I can display it proudly. Maybe Zach can help with it, I don't know. Outer excavation. All the shots are small too. Oh, okay. No! No, I hate these picket men. Seem to have less health though. No. Beat's really saving me. That's understandable. No problem, Corey. I don't like this level very much. This is like an old Mega Man 1 stage. Yeah, this is like a Mega Man 1 stage. Yeah, very short level. Hissy face. Oh, okay, it's not over yet. Interesting. Oh, now the real level starts. Okay. Clever indeed. Impatient. Rush is small too. Rush is absolutely tiny. No, no, there wasn't a checkpoint. No, no, no. Oh, why would you have death points and not have good checkpoints? That spikes are the worst. Death Spikes and Death Hits are my least favorite obstacle in a Mega Man game. Unfortunately, no, Tiny Mega Man does not have a more hitbox. I wish, though. Eddie, why aren't you here? Eddie, why aren't you giving me something? Okay, I'm done for the night. Wait. Okay. I'm done for the night. Thank you for joining me. I'll continue this hopefully more hopefully soon, and I'll probably play Deltarune slowly over time. Sweet dreams may cycles, Corey. Thank you for joining me.